Hello, friends. It's Grace here at the Comfy Nest with Grace. I am working on a project that I started last night in our Zoom craft and chat, or Chalk and Chat, with my Chalk Couture customers and friends. So I'm going to continue on this project. I have my table camera ready, so you'll get to see that. But I thought we'd just get together. I could work on this project a little and we would talk about the launch, because there's a new launch today of new stuff, which is very exciting. So let me grab the comments. Let me make sure I can see comments here. And I wonder, let's see. I'm going to check on Facebook and make sure that you guys can see and hear me, because I can see that there are people here, which is fantastic. But let's see if I can see comments. So if you're here, make sure you say hello. I'm using StreamYard to stream both on Facebook and YouTube, so I can connect with all audiences. And I'm going to have both cameras up here in a minute. There's Tita Smith. Good morning, Miss Tita. Tita, thank you for emailing me today, by the way, to let me know that you got that extra email. I had to go into my email system and find out, why were you getting that extra older version of that email? So thank you for giving me the alert. I appreciate you so much. There's Elisa. Hello, Elisa. Hello, Cheryl. Denise is working on making a Valentine's box for her granddaughter. It's time, right? It's time for the Valentine's stuff. It's so exciting. I love making switches to new things, because, of course, we work on the holiday of the moment. And then toward the end, I don't know if I'm the only one, but I get like, okay, I'm ready for the next thing. I'm over Christmas. I'm ready for Valentine's Day. I'm ready for every day. And actually, the everyday designs are the focus of this launch today. There's a new product launch. It's happening in 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, you'll be able to shop the site and shop the new stuff. And I used some of it last night in our Chalk and Chat Zoom call. So I'll show you that here in a second. Hello, Debbie. Debbie was our fantastic winner last night. She was there for let's see if I can get you up. There she is. Debbie Groy says, hey. She was our winner last night of the door prize during Chalk and Chat. So thanks for being there, Debbie, and all the other girls who made it to Chalk and Chat to hang out with me. It's really just a fun, super casual thing I do every 4 to 6 weeks, where I send out a Zoom link inside the VIP Craft Club for Chalk Couture, and everybody is welcome to, just come. It's just an open chalk night where we bring our Chalk Couture projects and we chat and we talk. We get to know each other better. So you're always welcome to join. I'll be picking a new date soon for that. So watch the events, and I'll do a few announcements to let you know when that is. Thanks. Look at this new top. I think I got it off Amazon, you guys, but look at the sleeves. Isn't that fun? They're like these big bell sleeves with 2 different florals in really fun colors. Thank you for noticing. I'm wearing it for the first time, so I appreciate that, Tita. I will say it's snowing beautifully. It's a really pretty soft, slow snow coming down. I'm a little chilly. I might have to put a sweater over it, and it's so cute, so I hate to do that. Oh, Debbie, next time, bring your chalk stuff and craft with us next time. We would love to see you get into your chalk supplies and have some fun with it. It's a fancy top. It's so bougie. Debbie, it's bougie. Yes, there was another comment this morning from a designer. We had a whole conversation last night about one of the new designs from Chalk Couture. You know what? I wonder, you guys, let's just see something here. Can I share my screen here on... I'm just going to play with something here for a minute. I can share my screen. Let me see if I can pull this up. Hey, hold on, girls. Chalk Couture. Let me see if I can pull up the new design. Oh, it's live now. The new stuff is live now. What's new? I'm going to pull up this new design that has been controversial and show it to you. And you tell me, here it is. You tell me what you think. Hold on. I'll share my screen in a second here. This is like challenging me technologically. Can I do this? Hi, Phyllis. Hi, Diana. Hello, Joyce. Thanks for sprinkling. Okay, let me see if I can do this. There, it says I can do this. Share screen. What can I share? My window. Chrome tab? What do I pick here? Here, I got it right here. I'm going to share the screen. Can you see this? I don't know if this is working. Yes, you can see it. This Bougie AF. This is the controversial design that we talked about last night. It's adorable. I think it's actually very cute. If you don't know what bougie means, um, just Google it. If you don't know what AF means, Google it. We talked about it last night, but listen, this is the description. This is for those who embrace their over the top attitude with pride. This transfer is a fun way to express that bougie AF side of yourself or to create the perfect gift for a bougie friend. Serious or sarcastic? You decide. This, you guys, this design, bougie AF, has been, I don't want to say debated, but it feels a little controversial in the world of designers because some of them are like, I think this is completely inappropriate. It's sassy and sarcastic. I don't think it's bad. I think like if you don't like it, don't use it. And the bougie part is really cute. It fits on a, one of the Chalk Couture leaders, she put it on her baseball cap, the bougie part, and then on the bill of her cap, she put the AF, which is so cute. So cute. It's so sarcastic and sassy. Denise said, I tried to sign up as a designer this morning and it looks like I need to call CC. Denise, if you've been a designer before, you would need to call because they would need to like re-release the opportunity for you to sign up again. But let me help you. Like you can live chat with them. Use the little support bubble in the bottom of my Chalk site. There's a little teal. Oh, here it is. You can see it on the screen. That little support bubble in the lower right-hand corner. Use that and you can live chat with customer support or designer services, and they will help you work it out. But please make sure that you're on my site when you sign up so you end up on my team. Woo-hoo, I'd love to have you on our team of designers. And we have hobbyists, people who do it for their own fun, to get the stuff, have access to get like behind the scenes and get first information for their own self. And then we have folks like me who share it with others and earn income from it. So either way, you're welcome. The point is just don't buy it or promote it if you don't like it. Exactly, Debbie. That's kind of my feeling. I think it's adorable. I don't think I'd wear it on a shirt. I might make a hat. I think that bag is adorable. I tell you what, I think that bag is so cute. But yeah, if you don't like it, it's sarcastic, right? Sandy loves to see the new merchandise. It's live now. It's supposed to be 10 a.m., and it's before 10 a.m., but it's live now. So you can go check it out now. But, if you want to hang out with me, let me show you. Let me get you on my table. You are on my table. Let me show you what I did. So last night, we were chalking and chatting in a Zoom call. We do it. I love to do this, you guys. I do it about once a month, here or there, every 4 to 6 weeks. And I love to do it because it allows me, I get to chat with you guys all the time this way. But with the Zoom chat, I get to see your gorgeous faces and we get to giggle and show each other, we're chalking at the same time. And so we get to show each other our projects and what we're working on. And it's not a workshop. I'm not selling anything. I do a door prize. So like Debbie won the door prize last night. I always do a door prize just for fun. Just, my little treat, my little gift to you. So Debbie will get some Chalk Couture goodies from me. And we have girl time. We have chalk time. So last night I started, this is the 9x12 door tag. It's on a white surface. So I know that's a little hard to see, but I'm going to flip it over because this is what I started last night. I started this last night. Book pages were these book pages, and there were a couple other different kinds, but book pages were glued down, decoupaged on. And then I started to add color. Where are they? With my little chubby, my little woody pencils, I started to add some color with these on the surface. I added some purple. I came in afterwards and added some brown and gold. And then I told the girls, I think I'm going to stencil on this. So last night after we got off the Zoom, I did do some stenciling. I had a number stencil and then this like kind of wild pattern design stencil, and I did those in bronze and gold and gray. I'm just trying to make a background for one of the new, this might be my favorite one. I've got some of the new transfer designs, and this one is called, what did we say it's called, girls? Peaceful Garden. And it's an C-size transfer, and it comes with these big designs on them. This one is, what did one of you call these? What are these flowers? Pansies? I'm not a flower girl. Like I mean, I love flowers, but I don't know the names of any of them. The tag is so pretty. Thanks, Debbie. I'm working on it. I feel like it's a work in process. Mr. Phillips, Gary, thank you, thank you. I'm using StreamYard to stream to both YouTube and to Facebook so I can capture as many people as possible and just hang out with them this morning. So thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. Mr. Phillips is my brother's father-in-law. So what an honor to have you here. So excited. Thanks for being here. Thanks for saying hello. Yes, so impressive, right? All right, I'm actually going to get let's see if we can do this. We're going to get this table cam a little bigger so you can see this design. So this is a C size transfer and it comes with these big florals. So I think these are called pansies. Is that right? Someone tell me. Hello, Cheryl. Good morning. Yeah, Cami, Cami just said, she's so right about this. That bougie design. It is sarcastic. It's sassy. And I love that about it. It's fun. But if you don't like it, just take the AF part off, right? Like just use the bougie, which is like such a hot word now, right? People describing themselves and each other as bougie. So if you don't know what that means, Google it. I had to Google it about 9 months ago when I heard the word for the first time. Okay, so yes, we have, I think, a pansy. I don't know. I'm not a flower girl. Look at the bumblebees. Look at the detail on those bumblebees. The big hummingbird. It's rather large, you guys. Let me get my ruler out so you can get an idea of scale here. Let me get a ruler out that's easy to see. My National Guard ruler. This is 5 3/4 tall. Wingspan to beak is 7 inches. That's a fairly big hummingbird. And then the one, I know it's messy. I have not cleaned it yet. I used this last night. I used it last night and I will show it to you. I have not cleaned it yet. You guys, I have a pile of dirty transfers that need to get cleaned. It's like doing my laundry. I got to take them all and bring them to my laundry room and clean them. I know it looks terrible. So let me show you what I made with it. So I made this flower with that design. So what I actually did, because I know this is a little unusual, I was inspired by Robin Schmidt. She shared her project in the designer group and she did a similar paper project, mixed media project. And so what I did was I took a piece of decorative scrapbook paper. So that is the piece of decorative scrapbook paper. This helps you imagine it a little better. That is the piece of decorative scrapbook paper that now looks mangled. But what I did with it so that I could chalk on it is first, I took glossy Mod Podge and I just put glossy Mod Podge all over it. So the paper itself, you can see it's glossy. That is glossy Mod Podge. And I did that so that when I put my sticky transfer down on it to do the flower, it wouldn't tear the paper. Okay, so I put a barrier, a layer of top coat between the paper and the sticky transfer. And last night during our Zoom talk and chat, I did the flower with brown. So this is bark paste. I did it with brown on the fancy paper. And then I cut it out so that I can place it on my tag by itself. So it kind of gives it, rather than just being on white paper, it kind of gives it a really interesting background. I have this background, which is kind of modern because of the numbers and the geometric shape. I'll show you the 2 stencils that I used. So you can see, I just got these stencils. This was the first time that I used them, but I used this geometric shape. As you can see, it's kind of cool, right? And I used this one, which is a stencil that has numbers all over it, just jumbled numbers. Put that kind of randomly all over the board. And now I want to get this on here, but it's too busy. There's too much going on and the flower's getting kind of lost. So I'm going to take a little bit of gesso, and this is like a beige color is the name of it. I'm going to take a little bit of gesso and I'm going to white out around the floral. And I'm not entirely sure about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put my flower down yet. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a little mint tape like this, like repositionable tape. And I'm just going to tape it down there. And I'm going to start whiting out around the flower so it pops and stands out more. Okay. You'll see as I do it. And we can keep chatting as I'm crafting. Okay, so let's see. I missed a whole bunch of comments here. Oh, Janet says yes, that those flowers are pansies. You loving the hummingbird as well, Sandy? Denise says, I just ordered 2 bougie transfers. I think they're going to fly out of stock. Oh, Denise, you may be right. So Chalk Couture sent designers. This was like a treat. They haven't done this before for everyone, and it may have just been the leaders who got this, but before the launch happened, they sent us. So I got this one, why can't I remember the name of this thing? Peaceful Garden. I got the Peaceful Garden transfer. They sent us 3 transfers to play with. I got this one, which is a bunch of minis, and I love the Shiitake Happens one. Shiitake Happens. These are the 3-inch minis. This one is called You Got This Minis. And then they sent me this one, which says Nope. It's just a big nope. And I'm seeing a lot of t-shirts. A lot of the designers who got this one made t-shirts with this on the front, which I think is adorable. So I got these 3 to play with. I did not get the bougie, but I think you're right. I think that one actually is going to sell out pretty quick. All right. So I'm going to move this up so you can see the entire thing. And I'm going to start trying to soften. I'm going to put some white around the flower to just make it pop off of this. I love the background. I love the flower, but it's too busy together. So we've got to get the background prepared so that the flower really sits on top of that and it really is showcased well. And there are a few things you could do. I was thinking about putting cheesecloth behind it to make it a true mixed media. I mean, you could come in and see how if I put something bright behind it, it shows up better. That's even just a book page. But what I'm going to do is use the gesso to create that look, the beige gesso. Okay, so, hey, this Debbie right here, Debbie Fritz, she says she sprinkled. She sprinkled. Thank you for sprinkling, my friend. Thank you for helping me out. What that means is she shared this video out to a friend or on her own feed. Listen, this is a little tip. If you want to find this again at some point and you're not sure if you're going to be able to find it, this video, if you share it on your own feed, you'll always be able to find it. But sharing it on your own feed, it just helps to introduce me and this project and this live to other people. So I appreciate when you do that. I'm going to use this as a palette. It's just my stack of book papers. It's just sitting here, so why not use what you got? So I'm going to put a little bit of beige gesso on here, and I'm going to use that to try to brighten up around my flowers. So I just have a basic, what's that called? Paintbrush. Basic paintbrush. I can't think of my words today, girls. And it's not for lack of coffee. Cindy says, that is so beautiful. Why, thank you, Miss Sandy. I appreciate you. Thanks for saying so. Hi, Jennifer Nostrand. Denise says, I've always missed out on the ones I loved and didn't order. So yes, things are live now. The new launch. It is a focus of every day, you guys. That is the focus of this this launch this time is everyday stuff. I'm just wondering if I shouldn't try to get my face up on screen so you guys can see who's talking. Here, let's see. There. Now you can see me and you can see the board. I know. It's so fancy, right, Mr. Phillips? I mean, really, StreamYard makes it so easy to do this stuff. If you are catching me on YouTube, please let me know in the comments. I'll go back to YouTube later and check out those comments. If you are here, oh, Denise is here from YouTube. Excuse me. I can see that Denise is here from YouTube. So my word, it's working where I can see everybody's comments all at once. Sometimes in the past, it hasn't allowed me to see everybody, but I think, see Denise next to her name and her pretty little face there. It's showing that she is live with us on YouTube. Go, Denise. Okay. I want to try something out. When I fussy cut this, when I fussy cut around the flower, there's about a 1/4 inch extra bit of paper around the design. Let me hold this up real close so you can see. See around the design, I fussy cut it so there was like a 1/4 inch around the design of extra paper. And I'm wondering if I come in with the white, the beige gesso, and I just hit that, is that going to be enough to make this pop? So I'm going to do a little bit of this and see. I'm putting the paper behind it so I don't get it on my board, just in case my hand slips, which, it does. So if I brighten up just the outside of this, it's kind of like using a marker to outline, except I've got the gesso. So let's see, I just did the under part of that leaf, and let's see. It does, you see, it does help it stand out a little more, but to me, it's not enough. To me, it's just not enough. I think once I get this done, though, that's pretty good evidence to me that once I get it onto the board itself, it is going to pop. So I think I am going to go ahead and glue this down, because now that I see it, I think this is going to work. I'm more confident that this is going to work. So let's glue this down, and then I'll be free to just go ahead and start whiting out the edges. Let's see. Oh, thanks. Joy says it looks beautiful. Why, thank you, my friend. Tita says you rock a tech. Well, Tita, listen, girl. I do seriously appreciate your vote of confidence. I do. Today I may be rocking. Some days I don't know so much. Denda says that this is very unique. You think it's cool? I hope you think it's cool. I like it. And to me, last night when we were crafting and chatting together, for me it was more about just playing, just playing and having fun with it and not worrying. I want to point out to you, I meant to point this out a minute ago. This is the paper that you can see how glossy it looks, how shiny. It has glossy Mod Podge on it. So I put decorative paper and then I put glossy Mod Podge on it. I let it dry and then I chalked the pretty flower on it. Because of the glossy Mod Podge, I should be able to wipe that off. If you decided, you know what, I'm not loving that, I don't want it on there, just take like a baby wipe, or this is just a paper towel that I've been using on this project. And because I don't want to ruin my project underneath, but because I put it on Mod Podge underneath it, if I rub hard enough, I can get that off of there. I can also take off the chalk because the chalk is erasable. So it's like, it really does give you some room for error. Like if you have a little, like, your paint goes over the line or something, you just get a little Q-tip or a little something to clean it off, and it will really work. It'll come off because we've got that barrier of Mod Podge over the paper. So if you are accident prone, tend to make a lot of mistakes, Mod Podge, might be your friend for cleaning up little errors if you want to put a layer of it between your chalking and your surface, whatever you're chalking over. The reason I did it with the paper is I didn't want the sticky transfer to rip my paper, which has happened in the past. And this is regular weight paper. It's not even cardstock. It's just a pretty green paper that I had on hand in my stash. I thought it would be a good background for this floral. And because it was regular weight, it's not very thick. I decided I better put a coat of Mod Podge so that my sticky transfer doesn't rip it when I pull it off. So there's a little tip of the Chalk Couture tip for the day. Okay, let me check. I love that outline. It does pop, right, Tammy? It does really help. So we're going to do more of that, but we're going to do it on the actual board. So I'm going to cover up a little bit. I'm going to move it over a little, just over to the left, and have that flower in the middle, but the stem over to, the right. And I'm just using art glitter glue. See, it dries clear. So if I get any of it over the edge, if it oozes out, I always try to clean up any oozing glue. But if it does get over the edge, it'll dry clear and I don't have to worry about it. Okay. So that is on there nice and strongly. And now I'm going to continue what I just started. I did my little test here and I'm liking it, but I want more of it. So I'm actually going to go I'm going to go over the paper and on the board like this. I'm going to make a thicker line of really soft beige outlining, and it's going to help this flower pop. I'm going to start small, and I may I may broaden it out. I may make it bigger. I don't know if you can notice this. I'll show you one other thing I did here. Sandy says last night was a lot of fun. So you guys, Sandy's a superstar in my eyes. She showed up last night to Chalk and Chat, my like frequent Zoom fun night for Chalk Couture lovers. Everybody's welcome to join us. I do a door prize, and it's just a night of fun. There's no lesson. There's nothing. We're just girls hanging out chalking. And she came last night, and it was her first time using Chalk Couture. So Sandy, you are a rock star in my eyes. Way to just jump in and have some fun with it with the girls last night. I think it's like such a good environment to try out your stuff. Do you put a pin in the top of your glue bottle? Yes, it comes with a pin. So yes, there's a little pink pin you can see on the top of my glue bottle. So yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let me move this Mod Podge bottle so I have a little more room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just softly put an outline. Oh, and I started to say last night after our Chalk and Chat Zoom, what I did was I took this same beige chalky gesso, and you can really notice it up in here. What I did was I kind of blurred it in. See how this is a little bit blurred out? That is chalk gesso. I took the gesso and I just kind of softened these colors a little bit again to get the numbers to pop. I can still see my purple. I can still see my bronze color, but I just took a very dry brush of gesso and I put some of it around and in the numbers, like in between the 8, the holes in the 8, in the 2. And I did that like here. I put some of that gesso in here. And what it does, if you notice, it kind of brightened up those areas. So beside doing around my floral, I was coming in last night and like hitting even inside my numbers with a very faint bit. See how it brightens that section up? So it's helping to really soften up my very busy background. I love my background. I love all of the color. I love the book pages. I love that I got some stamping or excuse me, stenciling with numbers in there, because to me it brings like a modern vibe. But it's too busy for this flower. We need to help the flower be really the focal point. I need to flip my board. It just make this easier for my little arm here. I like to flip the board so that I can rest my wrist. I know you're not supposed to. It's like an artist. If you're a trained artist, they'll tell you never rest your wrist, but that's what I do. I'm not a trained artist. I'm just a crafty chick sharing what I got. See how that just pops a little more? We're going to do the whole darn flower that way. Your pin always rusts. Interesting, Tammy. I wonder if it has to do with your climate, like your environment. Where do you live? Do you live in a place that has high humidity? Heat and humidity? Because in North Dakota, my pin never rusts. I've never had that happen. It just could be where you live. I wonder. The pin that came with mine, I think it's a stainless steel base. So it does matter. Like if it's not, if it's not a stainless steel base, I think that has something to do with it, with the pin surviving. Okay, see, I got it over where I don't want it. So I'm just going to use my finger and wipe it off. I'm trying to make this kind of translucent, guys. I don't want it to be super opaque. I want it to just sit there translucent so that it's almost like a wash. I have not watered down my gesso. I could add some clear gesso to this beige. This is beige gesso. Tita, did you send me this gesso? Somebody did. I'm sorry. I can't, you guys, it's not for lack of trying. Sometimes you guys send me happy mail and I love using the things that you send me, like this gesso, but I can't remember who sent it to me. Tita sent me black gesso at one point. Wasn't it you, Tita? But whoever sent me the beige gesso, thank you. We're using it today. So see what it's doing? Like, look already. I think, so I'm starting out small, but I think I'm actually going to come in and now that I've got the base done, like, I think I'm going to come in and extend that out a little more so it pops even more. It gives that, like another layer around my flower to really get it to showcase. I love doing really basic Chalk Couture projects where you just use one chalk color and your transfer design and your surface and you make something pretty really fast. I love that. I equally love, because that's a huge benefit of this whole product line, is that you can make super fast, like this one we did the other day. You can make super fast home decor. Here I use two colors and a transfer design and a chalkboard, so it's erasable. You can make super fast Chalk Couture projects with just one or two colors. But I also love using my chalk in my journals, my transfers, the designs. I like using in my journals. This is a mixed media project that is definitely more involved. And it just makes me happy. And listen, it's all about the joy, right? I always tell you, go make something pretty that brings your heart joy. The whole point is that you're having fun with it. I mean, you'll have something pretty to hang or to give away or to admire afterwards, but let's have some fun while we do it. So I'm coming in around the flower and just adding this white. And I think I am going to just blur some of that into further in or out, as you might say, of the flower to just make it a little more, even a little more noticeable. It's always like a little halo. It's like a little halo around my flower. Hi, Rita. Hello, hello. Tita says, I didn't send you the beige gesso, but I wish I had. Well, friend, I think you're the one who sent me the black Liquitex gesso, and I still use that. I still have some of that left, and I'm using it. I got 2 bottles, which was fantastic because they have really lasted me. Okay, so I have to go over. I love my numbers so much, you guys. I'm just so in love with these like random numbers, and they don't mean anything, and they're just all different sizes, and some of them go, like you can see here, some of them are right side up and some of them are sideways. I love them, but still they are the background to the flower is the focal point. So I'm going to come over it a little bit and make it has to be part of the background, not the, what do I call it? The lead singer. It's not the focal point. It's not the lead singer in my band. So numbers have to go to the back a little bit. Sorry, girls. All right, so this is going right over the lip of my paper. So it actually helps the paper, the edges of the paper kind of run into the gesso. So it's running into the background, which is the gesso, giving me that border that I'm looking for to really help this flower get that halo, that pop effect. So I'm going right over the edge. Going right over the edge of that paper. So I'm hitting the paper a little bit. And then I'm going into my background and smudging that out so that we get my halo. And I think I'm going to end up doing a little more of this into the background in other places too. You'll see, you'll see. I keep turning this because it's how my wrist wants to work. Now, I wasn't planning on doing this part. I wasn't planning on it originally. And if I had known that I was going to do this, I might have even made the lip of paper between the flower, the design of the flower. You know, I said I had about a 1/4 inch excess of paper. I would have made it a little bigger, like a 1/3 of an inch or even a 1/2 inch, so that this process would have been faster and easier. But it's okay. It's okay. We can chill out. This is kind of what we do in the Zoom Chalk and Chat. I kind of create, but I don't even explain a whole ton of what I'm doing unless somebody asks, because I really want the focus on on getting to know you guys better. So we talk about family, we talk about the weather, we talk about, crafting and creating. We talked about bougie AF last night. That was fun. All right. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Denise got some happy mail. Yay, happy mail. We love happy mail, right? So if you're new, if you're coming in here new, if you're popping on, you found this feed somehow, it popped up in your feed and you're just like, okay, what is this chick doing? Please say hello. Let us know that you're here. I know I love to welcome you, but I know all the crafty chicks who normally hang out with me are super friendly and welcoming of new chicks for sure. So you guys, I have been live. I'm like 2 or 3 times a day this past week. I'm not kidding you. 2 or 3 times a day. So it has been a really busy week. Okay, look. Can you notice that there's one section of this flower that still needs a little help? Can you notice this when you just look at this from afar? What part do I still need to add a little bit more gesso? I'm doing a little pop quiz while having some coffee. You guys answer the question. Denise's napkin lovers box came. Yay, Denise. Woohoo. So exciting. I hope you'll share your happy mail selfie. I want to see your selfie in the group. Yeah, Tita, up here, right? Look up here. See the difference? So in here, I was more generous with the gesso, the beige gesso around the outline. Here, I was more generous, but here it got really soft. I need to add I think I need to ramp it up a little bit over here. We're going to make it a little bit more opaque. So not so translucent. And I think I'll thicken it or draw it out further into the background. So I'm just going to come around with a pretty dry brush and make that halo just a little bit bigger. I like the idea of it being a halo. It does, you guys, and because this is mixed media and we've got a lot going on here, the perfection is not necessary. Well, I always say perfection isn't necessary in anything I do. I really I call myself a recovering perfectionist, and I try to get away from putting that pressure on myself because I want to enjoy it. I don't want to be like, oh, my hand slipped and I put too much there because I guarantee you nobody else is going to notice. It's your super critical eye. You have a critical eye for yourself. I do too. When I'm looking at my projects and I think, oh man, I wish I hadn't done that, or I wish I'd done this. And that's the part I want you to really try to focus on letting go of so that you just have fun with it, not worry so much about it being perfect. That's better. Now, see around here, it's still pretty dark. So I'm going to come in. This is beside the halo, like I did in here, where I added some gesso to make this more muted, the background a little more muted. I'm going to do the same thing in some other places. So I'm going to take that same brush with the gesso, and I want it to be pretty dry, but I'm going to come in some of these places and mute. I'm just going to add a little bit between these numbers so the numbers pop more and the background of the book pages kind of go more into the background. It's very, very dry brush. There's not a ton of gesso on here. So we're just going to soften up. You could do a wash over the whole thing, but I want my edges. Can you see that I put gray around my edges? Because I wanted those to be darker, kind of like a little frame. So I don't want to hit my edges, but I want to come in and like just soften up, wash over what else we got going on, but I'm avoiding the numbers. I don't want the numbers to go away. I just want to soften up what's around the numbers. I'm going to add, okay, so this is getting this bit of gesso that I have on my book page. It's getting just a teeny bit dry. So I'm going to add a little acrylic medium. It's just going to wet it a little bit and extend it. I'll get a little bit more out of it. So it'll help it flow a little bit more on my brush. I still want my brush to be somewhat dry. I just want it to flow a little more easily. So add a little acrylic to it, a little liquid acrylic medium. See in here how busy that is? I actually like it, but I'm gonna come in and soften it. And you will see a lot of artists with gesso, they'll just put it on their finger, you guys, and come in. And actually, I do feel like sometimes I have better control because I can put smaller amounts on. If you're having trouble getting the right amount of gesso on your brush, don't be afraid to use your fingers. A lot of artists use their fingers to spread their gesso out on their projects. So see what it's doing? I've done this place. I've done here. I have not done in here with this softening up. So if I add a little bit of that and I just come over this, just soften up, especially I have some copper and gold in here that's very, very bold. So we're just going to soften it up a little. Oh, I like it. See, this side's done. And see how dark it is in here? We're gonna go over on that side. It's like only half of my makeup is on. So I'm just blobbing it on there, and then I'm gonna come in with my finger and I'm gonna spread it out so that it really softens that background. Here, same thing here. I do not want to lose my numbers. You see the big 2 that goes behind my flower? That's the bottom of a 2. Here's a 9. Here's the 3. Here's a 1. That's either a sideways 9 or a sideways 6. I don't know, either way you look at it. I'm going to try to go around my numbers and not obscure them. So last night I had this tiny little brush out so that I could get in between, but not lose my actual numbers. My finger is even too big to get in between these spots. So I use this little brush and come in between these and get rid of some of the, I'm not getting rid of it. I'm just washing over the purple. See, even going in, even inside the 9, I'm washing over the purple and the bronze and the gold, because there's a lot of colors in the background here, which I think is beautiful. I love it. I just want to soften it a little bit. See here, it's a little bit, let's just obscure that one a little bit more. So I can get it in the spot, and then I don't mind using my finger to just kind of dab it into there. It actually helps me to look up at the screen where you guys are on my computer, because I can see it differently than when it's like when I say to you guys, pull your face away from your project every few minutes and look at it in its entirety. Look at it and just look at color. See color, don't see all the specifics, but just look for color and scheme and see where it might need a little help. See how it's really dark up in here? I kind of like that because it's kind of hugging the flower, but I think I'll just add a little bit of this gesso maybe in between some of these numbers. Like inside the 6 here. Just to brighten it up a little bit. And then here it's really dark in here. So I'm going to come in just this little corner. Add a little bit. It looks very dreamy to me because it's all very soft. So I'll show you real close what I'm doing up here. See these bronze geometric shapes that I did with the stencil? They're in bronze and I did some in gold. So I'm just coming in and I'm softening up over. It's not making it disappear. It's just washing it out a little bit. And it makes a big effect when you look at the whole thing. Oh my gosh, you guys. I think we're getting there. What do you think? Janet's loving this. Yay. Yeah, this surface, Lisa, is the 9x12 Chalk Couture tag. It's a big door tag. It has the hole already in it, and it's made out of pallet wood. So you get it on my Chalk Couture site. Look for the 9x12 tag. That's what this is, the surface that I'm working on. All right, I'm going to try to soften up in between these numbers. I don't want the numbers to get lost. Just a little bit of what's around it. And will you guys tell me in the comments, you're looking at the whole thing in its entirety while I'm doing this little corner. Do you think I need to fortify the edges and darken them up a little? Or do you think that the edges are dark enough? Can you see that frame? Like I like to darken my edges and distress them so that it's kind of framed out. Do you think it's enough, or do you think I should add more? You guys comment while I keep my head down here for a minute and keep working on softening up around those. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this so much. So thank you to, who was it? I gotta look at her name. It was Robin Schmidt. I showed her project last night in the Zoom Chalk and Chat. This was inspired by her. Hers, she used paper for her flower, and that's what made me think, oh yes, love that idea. Hers is completely different. It's a different surface. It's got a different background. She created a flower pot for underneath her flower. But thank you to Robin for the inspiration. It's enough, Cheryl. Oh yeah, Tammy says that the edges are dark enough. You think? Oh my goodness, it's so exciting. Let me show you. I'll just get this screen up big so you can just see. Can I do this? Will let me? Let's get the table up there big. Can I do it? Come on, StreamYard. I know you want to. There. So we got that up on the screen just by itself. Let me move these out of the way so you can just see that. Really simple process. And yes, somebody asked, did I decoupage? Lisa, yes. She's asking, did you decoupage first? Yes, I took these book pages. I'm using this as my paint palette today, but I used these book pages and I decoupaged them all over the back. I had these ones and I had grabbed some from another book actually. So I had two different kinds of book pages that went in the background. So you can see maybe some of the book page back here. I love the words poking through. I love book page music sheets or just regular books like those Harlequin novels, those really little paperback novels that you can get at thrift stores or at yard sales for really not a lot of money. They're a great little background for decoupage. So yeah, that's what I did first. Oh, Shelly says it's so pretty. Thank you, Miss Shelly. I appreciate the comment. The bottom looks good? Good, Vicki. Let me get this comment off so you guys can see this in its entirety again. Oh, thanks, Lisa. I will definitely take a picture. So last night, I didn't tell you, I took one of the metallic paints I was using. I was using this. It's called Bronze. It's a very orangey, bright, bronzy color. And I was using that on the flower. I don't know if you can notice this, but the flower, it has that blue paper on the background. And then I used brown paste, and that's the brown paste. The really dark brown is the paste. And then I was just using my paintbrush and I was kind of putting in some bronze in the flower. And I wonder what you think of that. Did you even notice it? That there's like two different browns up here. I started it last night. You can see that it's a little metallic. And then I was like, you know what? I don't want to lose the brightness of the blue paper. So I stopped. I mean, I don't even know if you noticed it, but I took a little bit of this paint with this tiny little paintbrush and I just came in and added a little bronzy color to the center of the flower, just to give it a little more dimension. And I was going to do more of it. And then I decided, no, I don't want to lose that bright color of the blue paper, the blue-green paper behind it. That's this. This is what I started with, was this piece of decorative scrapbook paper. And I didn't want to lose it. It's just such a pretty color in the background there. It looks 3D. Yay, Cheryl. Thanks for saying so. I just wasn't sure if you could see that or not. You're loving it, Rita? Woo-hoo, yay. Just enough bronze, Vicki? Good. I'm glad. I'm always so tempted, you guys, to add a little bit of sparkle. just a little bit. Like, where would I add it if I did? I don't know. So I was using my woodies, which are not metallic. The ones that I have, they may make them in metallic. I don't know. Let me just show you. Started out last night with using these Stabilo woodies to get the base color. And I used brown, I used some purple, I used some pink. Oh, I guess there is this, I think this is considered gold, but it's not super metallic-y. So then I was thinking, what other crayon do I have that's gold? So I grabbed these two. One's bronze and one is gold, antique gold. These are Tim Holtz Distress crayons. These are ancient, you guys. So they were going on extremely dry. I even considered throwing them out, but there's still product left. So I didn't throw them out. I did add some of these to try to get a little bit of metallic brown to the background. And actually, I wonder if you can see that here, like in here. oh, wrong way. These are where I added some of those colors behind these numbers here. And back behind here, you can see a little bit of it. So it's a little bit metallic-y, but not super. In fact, the glossy Mod Podge shows up more brilliance than my metallic crayons. You can see it. Look at how glossy that is. So now I wonder, so this is very glossy and this is all very matte. So that's the next question. Do we leave it with that difference? Like, should I leave this really glossy and leave this really matte and just spray top coat it that way? Or should I add the glossy Mod Podge all over the rest of it and make the whole thing glossy? Oh, all these little decisions will give your projects different effects. And none of them are wrong. I always point that out. There's no wrong decision there. That one isn't better than the other. It's just, which would you like to do? Which would you like to do? There's no right or wrong. Don't ever feel like a tremendous amount of pressure on yourself for that, because either way, it's going to be good. Either way, it'll be good. It's just going to be different. Okay, so girls, I just want to remind you while you're answering that question that I started out to, kind of coming on and showing you guys this. Oh, someone said leave it is. Oh, Tita said leave it. Tammy's saying leave it. Marcia says it's just enough bronze. You did notice it was at least 2 colors. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So just want to remind you that I'm coming live today and I'm sharing this. This is what we kind of did last night in the Chalk and Chat night on Zoom. And what I wanted to tell you was that, to remind you that today is the launch. Yay. It's a launch day for the new product line. So I think it's called the Fresh Start. It's a Fresh Start product line. And today you can shop from it. Like right now, it's live right now. There's new products. They're everyday designs. So it's not geared toward a holiday. The Valentine stuff came out last launch, so a couple of months ago. And now this month, everything that's coming out is basically stuff that you can use we call it evergreen, meaning you could use it year round. It's not particular to a certain season or holiday, and you can shop that now. I have a special offer for those of you that are shopping from my site. If go into my VIP craft club and you'll see the special offer. I also emailed it to everybody on my email list. So if you're a customer and you're shopping and you use my site and you do what's asked in the VIP craft club, you'll be entered to win something special. And that's all in the VIP craft club. So you can check it out there. Okay. Let me see if I can do something really quick. So you guys said I was doing well with tech today. Now let's see if tech is are you going to play nice with me? I wanted to share with you guys here it is. I can do it this way. Here is, oh, please let me. For some reason, my mouse is acting like really, really funny. So I can't get it to do everything that I want it to. I wanted to share with you my link to shop, but it's not letting me. You stinker. I'm going to blame my computer. It's not my fault. It's not user error, girls. It is the dang computer. It's just not letting me do it. All right. Well, there. Wait, I got it. I found it. Here's my Chalk site. It's going to be on the ticker. chalkcouture.com/make-it-comfy. That is my Chalk site. So shop there. Go into the VIP craft club so you can see what my special offer is for VIPs who shop with me during this launch. And you guys, I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. I'm losing comments here, so let me see if I can find them again so I can say goodbye to everybody. Oh, Cheryl ordered the flowers. They're so pretty. I know you're going to love it. It comes with flowers, bumblebees. So 2 different kinds of flowers, bumblebees, and that huge hummingbird, which is fantastic. Cheryl says, leave it glossy. I kind of like the difference between the matte and the glossy. It really makes, right? I wanted this to be the focal point. Like I said, the star of the show, the lead singer, everything else is supposed to be in the background. And by leaving it glossy, I actually think it helps it to really showcase out. And the halo helps too. Why, thank you, Joyce, for the compliment. She said, awesome job on this. Oh, you guys too. Have a beautiful, blessed day, Barbara. I see you, and Sandy, and anybody else who's here watching. Thanks for being here with me. Um, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to private message me. And it's Friday. You guys, we're supposed to be at a big wrestling match for my son out of town, but he is very sick. So we are home and I'm playing mama to my oldest child, trying to get him back on track and feeling better again. So anyway, I'll be around this weekend. Maybe I'll come live again. Just stay tuned. If not, you can private message me if you got any questions.